if you pay if you pay very close attention, right? We are a society that worships money. You know, we're a society that worships money. It is the it is an idolatry that we all practice. You know, we may portray ourselves as people who are Christians and we love God and we all worship God, a lot of us. But behind that, you see that we love money. You know, it is like I remember it was in the Beautiful Ones Are Born that he said that money is life to us. You know, that's why a lot of us go through extreme means to get money because we love it. We believe it holds the promise. You know, it holds that life that we have been denied. So a lot of us feel that if we have money, we'll do things, we'll go places, it will expand our world. You know, and what I want us to now examine in this is what really happens. What happens when you have money? You know, what really happens? You know, the first thing I realized, and when I'm talking about money here, I'm talking about real money. I'm talking about like you are worth like 100 million, 200 million or more. You know, there's a reason why I'm focusing on that. What I notice is that when you have money, right, people treat you as a means to an end. I've come to realize that quite often. Take a look at somebody like Dangote or Tony Lumelu or Adenuga. If you as a person is going to go and meet those people, or if you want to interact with them, or if they call you, let's say Dangote calls you to his office now, right? Or you should come to his office tomorrow morning. Chances are the thing you are going to be thinking of is, oh, how can I convince this man so I can get money out of him? Or should I inflate the budget so that he will give me more than I asked for? You know, it's always you treat them as a means to an end. All you're thinking of is the money. What how much can I get from him? Or what can I do to get access to that money that he has? You know, a lot of these things happen to rich people, especially when they come in contact with people that don't have, or sometimes even when they come in contact with people that actually have. You know, people treat them as a means to an end, and a lot of people don't quite know that many people do it, and it has become familiar to them. They know that is the game you're going to play. You know, a lot of people treat them as a means to an end. So it's like when you're coming to meet them, the programming is always is playing in your brain that, oh, how much can I get out of him? Oh, I hope he gives me so much money. Oh, I hope I can get so and so out of him. You know, it's about that money. So that is some kind of that's a kind of for me that is nonsense, you know, because you are the one going with the mindset of you want to treat another person, you know, a person just because he has money. Now you want to treat them as a means to an end. You're not looking at him as a person. It's more like what can I get out of him? The second thing I realize when you're talking about when you examine people that really have money in our society is that you will really see that when you are people that have money, right? They are they are not human beings. We don't treat them as human beings. You know, it's more like this, right? Somebody like me, right? If you look at me, you can say, oh, this person may have a life. He's a psychologist. He has a life. He probably has a wife. He has some kids. He has this. He has that. He has a job. He has office. No, you see me or assume about me in my entirety. You see me as a person that is trying to communicate with you. That's how you see me, right? But if Dangote is communicating with you, right, you see him only in fractions. What I mean by that is you see him a particular way. You don't see him as Dangote the father. You don't see him as Dangote the neighbor. You see him as oh Dangote the rich man. That's all you see. You know, you don't. That is why when they do something that is normal, we tend to make it look like oh it's a big deal. I give you a good example. A few days ago, Dangote was reading he was paying homage to this the owner of Access Bank that died, Dr. Wiki or something. He was paying um, homage to him, rest in peace. So when he was reading the eulogy, he started crying, right? And I remember when I was now on LinkedIn, I was going through some man's profile. He talked about, man, he cannot believe Dangote can cry. That he did not believe Dangote cried when he was reading the eulogy for Dr. Wigwe, or the owner of Access Bank. They cannot believe that he cried. So I was like, well, I didn't think much of it. So I was now at I was there was at a place, and I was watching Your View, the Nigerian version of the View, and then they were talking about it that, man, oh, she could not believe Dangote could cry. Oh man, when Dangote cried, she never knew that he could cry. And then I said to myself, this is some bullshit, man. This is some crap. Why are you surprised that Dangote can cry? Is he not a human being? Were you expecting that when he cries, $1 billion will fall out of his eyes? Don't you know that when he cries, tears will come out of his eyes? So what is the big deal with Dangote crying? The big deal with Dangote crying is that when they see Dangote, all they see is his money. That's all they see. He's like a symbol, like, I don't know, like a Nike symbol. That's all they see. So they don't see him as a human being. It's weird. It's difficult to explain. They see him as, oh, is Dangote the billionaire? That's it. All he does is make money, and that's it. So you don't see him in entirety. You don't know, or you don't see that is actually a human being that feels pain, that has people that depend on him, that maybe feel disappointed sometimes, that maybe happy sometimes, that maybe sad sometimes. And that's what money kind of brings. That is some of the bullshit that money kind of brings. When you look at it, it's some of the nonsense that money brings. You see the person you see him in certain way. You know, that's what money does. Finally, when you look at people that have money, one thing you notice is there's this guilt that often comes with making lots of money. And it's very, very a lot of people that don't have money, they push it on you. They kind of make you feel guilty that you have so much. And some even genuinely feel that you should give away your money because you have more than enough. You know, and when you are in Nigeria, the pressure can be intense because you see poverty all around you. You know, you see people not having a lot to eat, and people can actually make you come to you and be like, please, you need to give me money. Some even feel like they're entitled to your money just because they feel you have too much. You know, some people feel that, oh, you should give me money because, and some people don't even want to do anything to get that money. They just feel that just because they know you, they should collect money out of you. But what they don't know is that sometimes the money you have is not enough for you. And what you see is only a perspective. Nobody sees the real thing. You may see a man that's a billionaire, but you don't know that right now he's taking losses left and right. You don't know what he has lost. You don't know that that money he has is not even enough to get the things he desires. These are some of the things that we don't see when we're talking about people that have money. We don't see it. You know, And sometimes that kind of creates conflict because you know this person is a billionaire. So you always assume that he's always a billionaire. You don't assume that maybe he has lost large sums of money or he made investment that didn't work, and you feel that this person should take care of everybody or take away the poverty in the country just because they have money. But it's not like that, you know. So now let me now take you to the aspect where we now examine, you know, if money stops nonsense or if money creates nonsense. That is the last section. If money stops nonsense or if money actually creates nonsense. And this view, my view on this issue is very interesting. And the reason for that is because we have bought this idea that money stops nonsense, it's difficult for you to see the other side. And we have a society that continuously tells us what money can buy, what money can afford you. And it rarely tells us what money cannot buy or what money really creates, the negativity that money creates.